Welcome into Like a Hawk. Hope things are going well for all of you. It is Wrestling Wednesday, which means it's time to break a wrestling product. Today we are going to be opening up a box of 2007 WWE Action. There was a request to do earlier wrestling items back in the early 2000s, and this was one I found at a decent price. So we're going to go ahead and break this open. We have 90 base cards. There's also some relics and autographs. I didn't see that you were guaranteed any. There's also lenticulars and tattoos. So we'll see what we get. 24 packs, 7 cards per pack, so we should be able to get some doubles for care packages, which is always a nice thing to do. So let's go ahead and break open that. While I begin, again, we have the wrestling season-long contest going on. That should be picking up again in a couple weeks. I'm going to try to do a tie-in with Undisputed, but I'm really not sure because there's only 10 packs. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do the Laugh wrestling season contest with Undisputed because I already have a box of that coming. So we'll see if we can do something like that. So here are the packs. We're just gonna dump these out here. Okay. So you got the styrofoam at the bottom, and let's just get into it. So again, I even talked about wrestling for a little bit. You know, Yowie Wowie, I guess Bray Wyatt is back. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. We'll see where he's going to go with this character. As you can tell from the background, I added that. So here is just a little bit of what this is about. So this is WWE Action. So that's pretty cool. I like the full photo on the front with nothing that says anything about the wrestler in the back. So there's WWE Action. And this is Edge, and that's how the back is going to look like. So again, 2007, I tried looking on YouTube for any of these breaks. I didn't find anything, but I thought it was very cool. So we got Edge, we got Hacksaw, and we got a ringside relic right off the bat, very nice, of Shawn Michaels. That's a great hit. Shawn Michaels ringside relic contains a piece of an actual event-used shirt worn by Shawn Michaels. I think that's going to be one of the better ones. I was looking at the list. I think Mr. Kennedy back then had some stuff. We're going to hope to get an auto of maybe Cena. I think Cena was the biggest one in this one. So we got Bobby Lashley, which I think this may be the hair match because he was up against Umaga. And Jamie Noble. So not a bad first pack to get a ringside relic. We are off and running. Again, with the Bray Wyatt gimmick, it's good to see him back. I just wish, selfishly, that the wrestlers that I'm cheering for are all back on TV at once. We still don't know what's going to happen to Sasha. It's a nice picture of Kane. Wow, look at that. That's pretty freaky. Hornswoggle, kind of, wow. There's a picture. There's the back of that. Umaga about to hit the thumb on somebody, and then Big V. Yeah, so we don't know what's going on with Sasha. It doesn't seem like they're going to release her because they don't want her going to AEW. So, and the more that she sits out, the more they'll put on her contract. So I don't know what she's going to be planning on doing. I just have a feeling that if they know they're not going to use her, that they're going to bury her, which would really stink because she's a great talent. But we'll have to see what happens. So, all right, we got Mark Henry. Let me know too. There's MVP. There's a nice picture of Batista, who's officially retired. Wow, Santino, right there. I don't know if that was Domino or. Where do you think the Bray Wyatt gimmick's going to go? Do you think he's going to contend for the title right off the bat? Normally with these gimmicks, I don't think they put you into a title picture right away. Another picture of Kane off the top rope. Sabu, he was in there. So it's going to be interesting too who he is going to go after first. Just overall storyline wise, I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone that's really out there that he could just. I'm assuming he's going to squash people. There's the Mr. McMahon getting shaved. So we'll have to see. But it's nice to see Bray Wyatt back. It's nice to see that his Firefly Funhouse stuff is about 4 times as popular as the normal segments when Raw is on. So we'll have to see. His stuff, I was looking at his autos. I don't think it's gone up yet. Maybe if they put a belt on him, his autographs are going to go up. But if you want a Bray Wyatt auto, now might be the time to try to do that. Oh, there's Snitsky. Wow. There's Snitsky. It's not my fault that I pulled you, but all right, we got those 2 right there. So kind of a base set, but I think it'd be fun to just put these together, even just pull these out. I don't know if using it as flashcards, but try to remember who some of these people were, because they weren't, a lot of these people weren't around for a long time. But there's a nice picture of John Cena and Shawn Michaels. It should be interesting too. Are they going to have Becky 2 belts, keep defending each belt twice? One belt, each belt once on the pay-per-views. I kudos for her if she's going to be able to keep doing that. That's something that we haven't seen before. Somebody defending both belts on the same pay-per-view. I think that's interesting. Again, waiting for AEW. Listen to some. There's a nice picture of Triple H. Listen to a nice interview with Jim Ross that was on Busted Open with. So he talked about he's a senior advisor helping them along. Also listened to a Khan interview. Was it Chris Von Zeist or Zeist or something like that? Very interesting as well. He's a wrestling fan, knew a lot about the history, so I think we're in good hands with that. And the pay-per-view's coming up. I've been looking for a price, looking at information to be able to stream it. They haven't released it yet, as far as I know. I tried looking for it just by doing a search, couldn't find anything. Although the card is shaping up. So let me know in the comments if you're excited about AEW, if you're going to be, there's a nice Tommy Dreamer right there. If you're going to be watching, streaming, I'm sure people are going to post it on YouTube, but with anything like this, if you want there to be a great, a nice addition, nice rival to WWE, even though they said they're not really contending with WWE, I'm going to give them the money. I want them to compete. I want them to have a good product. WWE was a lot better back in the day when they had competition that they were afraid of, that they felt that they needed to be. Wow, Sandman, look at that. That they needed to be, to make, that they were behind in the ratings. They needed to make it fresh. They needed to make it exciting. They are not just going to do these poor storylines week in and week out. So I'm hoping that AEW is going to push them to be better creatively. So I'm definitely gonna be giving them some money the first time around. We'll see what it's like. I will say, right off the bat, that I haven't watched a lot of New Japan or a lot of the Kenny Omega match. I'm gonna go. Here's a great picture of Vince McMahon right there. That's a keeper. We've seen that before, and then we have the checklist. So it'd be exciting to see the Cody Rhodes Dustin match, to see what they're going to be doing. Also, the Chris Jericho Omega match is probably going to be the better one on the card. We'll see what they do with the women's division. Just a lot of great stuff so far. So the card is definitely coming out. Now, the thing I also heard on the con, again, that there's that scary Hornswoggle. It's like the Leprechaun horror movie. And I think these were the same before, so I think the collation is going to be the same on these too. So I was listening to the Khan interview, and he mentioned that he has a company that works with stats, and that he wants to try to integrate stats into wrestling, where he mentioned that wins and losses are going to matter in terms of title hunts. Now, even though we all know that wrestling in terms of who's going to win and not is scripted in the back. Don't ever say it's fake. It's not fake. People are doing these moves. It is just outstanding what these superstars can do with their bodies, with the moves. I'm just in awe at some of the things that they can do. So don't ever say that. But in terms of storylines, yes, we know that winning and losing is based on the people backstage. But there's a nice RKO with Ric Flair. That's a cool shot we haven't seen yet. That is nice. There we go. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the wins and losses, if it's really going to matter, like they said. So, and then also, what type of stats are they going to have? Like, block punches landed, or it's big moves blocked, or I don't know what's going to happen with that. So, should be fun. There's nothing wrong with being innovative, nothing wrong with putting out new things, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. It's just a matter of that company staying with it, having the money to put on a great product. Now, Bubba Ray brought up something interesting on the Busted Wide Open with Jim Ross. He was talking about, well, now that somebody actually has money that can compete and even have more money possibly than Vince McMahon, what happens with a free agent? So is it going to be a free agent is going to sign with the one that can offer more money, and maybe that's going to be AEW? We don't know. We don't know what their budget is. We don't know if that's going to be a possibility. Jim Ross said he wanted to try to get someone over from WWE, and Vince paid him basically $500,000 just to sit in the back and not do anything because he hasn't been on TV. So I'm not sure who that was. If you have ideas, somebody that has been sitting in back that isn't on TV for a while, that's getting about $500,000. So it's got to be with the company for a while. He said he was in his 30s, if I remember that correctly. If you think you know who that could be, let me know in the comments. But that was kind of interesting that he would play keep away, and that's not really great for that wrestler because people, they want to see him. And even though you're collecting a paycheck, I don't know. I don't know if it's good for your personal brand to just be sitting in the back. So there's a nice Jeff Hardy. That's pretty cool. That's a great shot of Jeff Hardy. Oh, there's the Money Bank ladder match with Kennedy winning, and then I think it was Ed. Wow, look at that. There's Mr. McMahon getting his head shaved again. And then RVD. I think it was Edge that took the briefcase from Kevin Kennedy. I know he lost it to somebody. So, but also as we wrap this up, because we only have 3 more left, kind of excited to see more of Bray Wyatt's backstory. So we know a little bit about Sister Abigail. He said in I don't know if it was some video that was back on WWE where he talked about that in his youth, he would go into a forest and meet someone named Abigail and talk to Abigail and how Abigail taught him things. Then this week we see he painted a painting of a house being burned. So I'm assuming he burned that house. We don't know. But I want to know more about Abigail. I want to know more about his backstory. And hopefully this is going to be a way that he is going to be telling everybody about that. I think it's kind of cool to delve into a character. It's always fun to know more about a wrestler. It was fun trying to figure out what happened with Undertaker back in the day when he was with Kane and Paul Bearer, trying to figure out their family story. And they would give little pieces every once in a while. So that was, so we got one more pack. That was a lot of fun. So that's the kind of stuff that I like in wrestling that can add things to the match. So we'll see if we can get Paul and Auto. Doesn't look like it, but it was nice to get one of those relics right off the bat. Great Khali. This is a newer pack. So we'll have to see, too, how close we are to the set. I'll probably tell everybody about how close I am to the set in the Just the Hits video. But this was nice, Charlie Haas, I believe, on there. But it was nice to do that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This has got to be one of my favorite cards besides the Hornswoggle. Look at that reaction. So, and then we also got the Shawn Michaels event worn T-shirt, which was very cool to get this one. So let me know what you thought of the break. I thought it was kind of fun to get some of this stuff. Yeah, just a lot of stuff going on in wrestling, and wish Sasha the best, and hope Bray Wyatt continues to be just a very fun entertainer to watch. So I really appreciate you checking out this video. Like, subscribe, tell me about your hits in the comments. Always love to hear about those. And of course, our social media, Instagram and Twitter, @LikeAHawkCards, all one word. Hope you have a lot of luck in your next break, and thanks for watching Like a Hawk.